Welcome to Not Today Society. I'm Pat.
And I'm Bonnie. Welcome to episode 3.
Today we're going to go over some creepy and conspiracy theory inspired videos that we found online. I'm excited to bring these to you. There's some funky ones in here. We didn't see them yet. You know, like we kind of like skimmed through them a little bit. So we're just going to jump in. This is only our 3rd episode of creepy and conspiracy, but we got some cool other genres, so to say. Hey you, who is this?
We have a visitor.
Who's this?
This
Hi.
is Pretzel, our little Yorkie.
She was barking in our other video, so we decided just to leave the doors open and let her wander. So she's already over here. What's up, girl?
She's going to be 2 next
Stop
month.
Stop sniffing the
Yay.
camera. They're going to hear you. Okay,
Yes.
so
Good girl.
creepy. Nah, she's an angel. Okay. If you're interested in this type of content and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. Consider checking out our other videos. Not too many yet. Let's jump into this. We have a bunch today. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
Have you ever wondered why the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's biggest mysteries? For decades, this infamous stretch of water between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico has been the subject of countless stories about ships and planes that vanished without a trace. Although there are many theories about the causes of these disappearances, no one can say for sure what really happened to all those people and vessels. Some believe that the Bermuda Triangle is home to supernatural forces, including alien abductions and sea monsters. Others argue that the area is cursed, haunted by the ghosts of sailors who died in violent storms centuries ago. However, the most plausible explanation is that the Bermuda Triangle's unusual weather patterns and strong currents make it a dangerous place to navigate, leading to accidents and mishaps. Despite the fact that many of the reported incidents in the Bermuda Triangle can be explained by natural phenomena, the mystery persists, and some accidents give rise to thoughts that the Bermuda Triangle hides something very dark.
So I've heard of that whole Bermuda Triangle and people disappearing, even planes like going into that area and then just completely disappearing.
Yeah.
They had like, if you hear little scattering around, that's our dog just walking around near us. Now, they touched base on what, 3 different like ideas?
Yes. So haunted by the captains that...
The sailors, captains, stuff in the past. Yes, that was like the second one,
the weather.
which I think is
being very
probably
crazy.
one of the more realistic
so things
ones.
can just disappear and get shoved down into the ocean.
Between, apparently, again, I'm not a weatherman, but apparently the weather and I guess the current, the winds, the this, the that, can just
it's a crazy,
suck down
What was the
ships,
first one?
this, that. That's what I was trying to think. So like the second one was what you said, and then the first one I think
did
was
the second
more.
and third. There was 3.
The first one, I'm curious now. I just want to like check out what. Oh yeah, supernatural forces and alien
aliens,
abductions.
yeah.
That's for a whole nother video.
I feel like it's the weather thing
I
in
think
that
so, too.
area, but
Mixed
also
with a little bit of the
if you, I was gonna say, if you believe in that supernatural stuff, like a little bit, like yes, the haunting of, the ship's captains and whatnot that have died there. Yes.
Yeah.
Let me just hold her.
I think so too. I'm with you on that one. That it's more probably weather related and possibly some slight supernatural.
Haunting.
Yeah, something like that.
If y'all believe in that, let us
a
know.
little bit more. If anything, I'm gonna say I believe a little bit more in that than the
Than
alien
alien.
abductions and stuff.
Even though there's a lot of alien things going on
and
right
UFO
now,
things.
supposedly.
But that's gonna be another video. All right, let us know what you think about that one. We're gonna go on to our next video.
The mystery of ancient civilizations. How were they able to create such advanced structures and monuments with only primitive tools? The truth remains hidden in history, leaving us with nothing but speculation and admiration. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content.
So, as far as them building these crazy structures, at times where they didn't have access to these tools and all these different types of architecture and buildings and whatnot.
Especially with the pyramids, like if one was off by a quarter of a centimeter,
because you have to understand how
fall
big,
apart.
yeah, how big they are.
So
like any little bit that's off is gonna like incrementally get worse and worse and
as
worse.
you go
and
up.
these things were like super sturdy. It's just insane in how they did that. I don't know enough about the history of that to like completely understand. But I do think it's crazy how they accomplished all of those, especially the pyramids and everything.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna do a
the
deeper
pyramid
dive into
thing
that
is
myself.
a very interesting, because that's, I mean, I forget the amount, but it's like tons and tons and tons.
It's crazy.
Back then they didn't even have like a measurer.
Yeah,
What is
basic
it?
hand
The
tools.
level, the level, or like you would need
You didn't
that.
have basic hand tools or anything. So it's just crazy to think that back then they were able to accomplish all this, and like today, you got like blown corporations that are not able to do things properly. What are you doing? What? Okay, one more last hi to everybody. Hello. Hi.
She's very friendly and
Hi.
very needy.
As you can tell. All right, we're going to put you down. We're going to try and record the rest of our video, okay?
Right.
Go, have fun. Go play with your sister.
She tried to jump on the bed as you put her down.
She's like, put me on the bed. All right, ready?
Yes.
Let's see what we got next.
I was asking this researcher, how do psychopaths even exist? Like, why do they exist? You can be effective over short periods as a psychopath, but over long periods of time, it doesn't end up being very good for society, and I thought it would have been bred out. He said, yeah, you're right, except for the fact that over the entire size of a population, a few psychopaths actually make sense. If you're a raiding party, a Viking raiding party that needs to go over and fuck everybody up in Lindisfarne, which is near to where I lived in the UK, you want some psychopaths. You don't want them to come back with PTSD. You want them to go over there, burn everything down, pillage, come back with gold and supplies and grain, and not care about it. On an individual level, psychopathy might not be fantastic for the people around them, but in a tribe, it's actually quite adaptive and quite useful. It's like a weapon, like a very specific sort of weapon that you can use.
Yes.
The way he mentioned a weapon
Yeah.
actually makes perfect sense. But what do you
Especially
think?
back then in wars and stuff like that. I get what he's saying with the, you know, it's a weapon. You want people like that don't have feelings and won't come back all screwed up in the head.
It's like you don't
PTSD and
yeah,
stuff.
you don't want
However,
that in modern day society.
having
walking
weapons
around.
in wars like that, is it really worth having psychopaths running around like in?
But that's where
you
they're
know,
saying like
today's
it's
world,
almost
or,
like, can we take those psychopaths and use them where they can be beneficial
but
in
that's
war, for
not,
example?
you know.
Because if they're not a psychopath, like a normal person, so to say, you go to war, you have PTSD, then you come back and then you have to see therapists and go through all these things because you have
never
these
the same
memories.
after.
Yeah, it impacts you like mentally, physically, emotionally. You just have it's just in you, it's like embedded in your mind. Where apparently psychopaths can do all of these things and just go back and live their life, like literally turn their head.
Again, it's
and go
not
and
like
live their
they're
life.
robots. Like you can't control them.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
But it's almost
a
like
psychopath,
a
you can't just be like, okay, you're gonna be in the army and go to war. And
No,
da,
I know.
da, da.
I'm just saying
So,
that's like if
what
you
I'm
can
saying
leverage
is,
it, that would be.
is it worth it to have these psychopaths useful tool in wars and stuff, but majority of them are in society,
Yeah.
you know, doing crazy, you know,
Yeah.
unspeakable things. So
But you're
I
acting
don't
like
think,
you can control. So you're acting like we can control if psychopaths exist or not. I'm referring to if we have them, using them to a certain angle would be beneficial. It's not if
Well,
we
at
have
the
them, is
beginning
it
said
worth it? Like we
he
can't
was
control
surprised
psychopaths.
at the beginning of the video. He said he was surprised that, you know, psychopaths haven't like bred out. I forget the wording. He said like
It doesn't end up being very good for society, and I thought it would have been bred out. He said, yeah, you're right, except for the fact that over the entire size of a population.
so. That's what I was kind of get at the beginning of it, where these, you know, the guy.
It's like
was
they're
saying,
psychopaths they're every in the sense of like they're
like I
everywhere.
feel like we
we
should
can't
have
control
evolved
them.
to, you know, I don't know, like execute all of them.
I
don't
I'm leaving
know.
you on that one. That's all you. Got alarms going off over here.
But yeah, so I get the whole useful in certain things, but yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
For
so-
me, it's not worth it. I'd rather not have psychopaths.
No, I would rather not have them at all.
Yeah.
But if we do have them, it's almost like if we are able to put them to a certain use that's beneficial, instead of them going and using their psychoticness, so to say, towards the common society, using it towards our enemies, then it would make more
Yeah, of
sense. Like
course.
if you're gonna do it, at least do it so you're not hurting the good.
Right.
All right, Pretzel.
Let's
We
get
need
her-
to
go
put
get
you.
The chew toy. Go get the chew toy and put her on the bed.
All right, we're gonna take a time out. All right, we just put our dog on the bed with a chew toy. Hopefully that keeps her calm.
Yeah, look at her.
So that
All right.
psychopath one was pretty intense. Let us know your thoughts on that. I know we had some non-agreements on that one, so let us know what you guys think on that one.
Here are some things in this world that you didn't know existed. There's actually a place where people are being held in liquid nitrogen tanks. Scientists hope to bring these people back in the future and revive them. This river is called the Yellow River and it looks very polluted. However, this river is not just polluted by trash, but also 10,000 dead bodies. Facebook once created 2 robots named Alice and Bob. They were supposed to be chatbots that you could speak with, but they had to be shut down because these 2 robots started to talk to each other in their own language.
All
Get
right.
out of here.
All 3 of those, I don't know how I feel about.
Yeah.
I'm curious if this person did it just to like spread stuff or if it's true. Okay, let's go backwards because I'm remembering the last one with the chatbots.
Yeah.
I get the whole AI thing, but he's saying like the whole AI and ChatGPT and all that is more recent. So who knows? Facebook
They
maybe
made
did that
these
back in
bots
the day.
to do that, and then they started talking to each other.
In their own language.
Yeah, that's kind
I
of
don't know
freaky,
if
and there's a
I'm-
lot of movies based on that, so I don't know.
Oh, and that was the first one that I couldn't remember, but now you reminded me because there's a movie about that, right? Freezing.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a famous actor.
Another movie about that.
Yeah, about
I know
freezing
there's
your body.
multiple.
I can't remember
Well,
the
that
name.
wasn't it.
Drop a comment to that movie because I saw it when I was younger. I
Well,
just can't remember.
Austin Powers.
No.
There's
There's literally a
Dr.
movie.
Evil.
But no. There's literally a movie. I think it's with either Tom Cruise or some other
No, I
famous
get it,
actor.
but there's a movie I can think of, Austin Powers.
They freeze.
Dr.
I don't-
Evil freezes himself. Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
Pretty
that.
sure.
I'm
Okay.
better. I have such bad memory with
Anyways.
movies. And then the middle one, that C with that's pretty.
Well, wait,
crazy.
the first one. If
Yeah.
that's real, that's insane. That means that it's just dead bodies and they're going to try to bring them back
Well, no, they're freezing their bodies to.
in hopes to bring them back. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
but if you freeze someone, they're dead. So
Well, that's
if you volunteered for that,
you.
I don't know.
You might wake up, you might not wake up. I don't know. And then the middle one was that C,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like a yellow sea that apparently
which
is
is like-
trash and dead bodies put in there.
10,000.
Did they say what country that is?
No,
Or where?
but it's called the Yellow Sea, I think.
Where is that located? If you know, drop a comment. If not, I'm gonna Google
I wouldn't
after
be
this
surprised.
video.
Out of all 3 of those, that one seems.
Realistic because it could
Most realistic.
because it could happen. You know?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
The 3 biggest secrets that will never be revealed. The last one will surprise you. Number 3, the recipe for Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one of the most popular drinks in history, and its recipe is only known to 2 people at a time. Its recipe is so secret that even Coca-Cola employees don't know the exact details. This secret is carefully guarded in a safe at the World of Coca-Cola. Number 2, the tomb of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was one of the most influential and successful rulers of his time. He returned to his native Mongolia towards the end of his life. Anyone who attended his funeral was executed to keep the location of his tomb secret. No human being alive today knows where he is buried. And best of all, I'm sure you don't. Number 1, Area 51, a classified military base in Nevada. Area 51 is so secret that the CIA didn't acknowledge its existence until 2013. Strange little green creatures have been spotted in the area surrounding the location.
So let's go back. Start with the first one, which is the Coca-Cola one. I'm
One
not
thing
surprised
I know
that
about
it's
Coca-Cola is the old school Coca-Cola actually had cocaine in it.
yes, that I have heard.
That's
of.
one thing I know about it.
Safe at the world. Okay, it is weird that they say that the recipe's kept safe at the world of Coca-Cola. Can you explain
Well,
what
maybe
the
that's
world
like-
of Coca-Cola is? Am I missing something?
I don't know. Maybe it's
What
like
is that
the
lingo, that
main
verbiage?
factory, though. Maybe that's what they call
That
it.
is called the world of Coca-Cola.
Maybe.
Whatever it is, I'm not surprised when it comes to stuff like that, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, this, that. You know, they don't want people making knockoffs of that. There's enough knockoffs of everything in this
Yeah.
world. When it comes to like food, drink, stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised that those ingredients are really safeguarded away. The second one was the tomb of Genghis Khan, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
And people that went to his tomb or whatever, they were all executed afterwards, so that nobody knew where it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, watch if you
In Mongolia, towards yeah.
anyone that
Funerals,
attended
execute
his
people.
funeral.
That is crazy.
Were executed afterwards.
That is
That's-
crazy. It's like you go to a funeral to pay your respect to someone,
And
then
then you
they're
get
like,
executed.
"Yeah, you get executed. You join them. Like, come on, that is nutty." And then the last one is Area 51, which we're going to do more videos on, the UFO, alien conspiracy, stuff like that.
I believe because the government tries to hide a lot of things
Yes.
from us, and probably like other like FBI, CIA, blah blah blah. But it says 2013.
So that's what I'm curious
They didn't
about.
acknowledge it until
Exactly.
2013.
So when did Area 51 actually become a thing and like start the knowledge around that start?
Yeah.
It's obviously way before, because in 2013 is when they said the government acknowledged it,
CIA
or the CIA or whatever acknowledged it and brought it forward. So it's like, when did they actually? How long has it been there? Since before 2013. Put it that way. I definitely want to do more research into that one.
I think I saw somewhere, which I can probably find the video, where the Area 51, where people think it is, it's not actually there. It's somewhere else. Something like that.
Crazy.
I don't know.
Do you know the dark theory about breakfast? No. So we all know growing up, our parents had us eat breakfast, and we were told that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. But what if I told you it was all lie?
Wait, what are you talking about? Like, breakfast is my thing.
Okay, so back in 1920, the meat industry was really struggling to sell meat. No one was buying meat. So the meat industry went to this guy named Edward Bernays, who was in charge of like really good marketing, propaganda, basically manipulation. And they went up to Edward and asked him, how do we sell more meat? Like, our industry is dying and we need help. And Edward told him that it's impossible to convince every single person on this earth to buy meat, but we can influence certain people to get people to buy meat. So Edward knew that he could convince the doctors and pediatricians that breakfast is important. So he sent out 5,000 letters to pediatricians across the world and told them important information, why breakfast is important, why meat is so good. And they all listened. And in his own words, before Edward died, he told the world that the reason why bacon sales increased and it became such a big deal is because he did this.
So breakfast is just a scam just to sell meat.
Yeah, that was his job, to be able to help businesses grow. Like, he thought of out of the box ideas to manipulate the audiences.
I'm not surprised about that. First of all, if you hear a lot of noise, there is construction going on outside. Our mics not be picking it up, but if you do, that's what it is. But I'm not surprised to hear that, because if you go back into back in time, we didn't have eating schedules. You hunted to eat and
You
live.
ate when you were hungry.
Yeah, and you survived. You're not just like, oh, I woke up, I need to have breakfast.
Yeah, you need to have breakfast. See, I'm not I don't have breakfast.
Me either. My first meal's at like 1, 2 p.m.
Same.
I've been
definitely
doing intermittent
believe that
fasting and all that
is-
for so long. And it reminds me, it ties it into pharmaceutical drugs, how a lot of those drugs are being pushed by either doctors or people who sell the doctors onto them, and then they sell it to the patient, and then the patient has effects, blah blah blah, all that. It's in a similar manner where it's like, oh well, we'll go tell the doctors and the guys higher up, because they have
all a scam.
They have influence
Just to sell meat, which is insane.
Yeah, they have influence over patients and other folks.
It's
so yeah,
just crazy thinking about our name, our channel's name, Not Today Society. It's just so insane, the things that go on in our society. And that is why we actually chose the name.
Yeah, Not Today Society. It's funny because I know a lot of people might think of it like that. Not Today Society or Not Today Society. It's almost like FedEx and FedEx. I know that might sound the same. FedEx and FedEx. So our channel is Not Today Society.
Yes.
Like, ain't happening. Not Today Society. We're not a society about not today. Just to clear the air.
Yes.
But yeah, that it's just using people of influence,
insane.
which is still goes on today in
I
general.
definitely believe that.
All right, let's see. We got more.
A T-Rex used to look like Vulture. This is a weird one. They don't even know if they were covered in feathers. They think they might have been covered in feathers.
Oh.
That's a more recent speculation. They think that all dinosaurs were covered in feathers.
Wow.
Yeah, or most of them. That's why, you see chickens. Chicken literally is a dinosaur. Just one that lived. One that made it. Oh, that's one. It's creepy looking. No, there was one where it had a red face. There was some, that's it right there. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so, that's how they had it done. With, feathers and shit. Feathers and a big old red face. I don't know why we're attached to, one idea what that fucking thing looked like. All we have is bones. We have no idea what the skin was like. Easily could have been covered in feathers.
That is very interesting.
And it's funny because I don't know if it was our last video, which is episode 2
so.
or episode 1, but there was one where they talked about dinosaurs
Coming from
and a
chicken.
chicken. Yes.
Yeah.
And we were both, and I think we both agreed. We're like, what? Like,
like,
how?
what?
Like, isn't like reptiles, lizards, and all that
Yes,
stuff?
yeah.
But now we have Joe Rogan over here saying that chickens are
Well, we gotta
living
believe
dinosaurs.
Joe Rogan.
Of course. But now, so apparently I was wrong. We were wrong. Apparently chickens
Well,
are very
hold on.
closely related to dinosaurs.
No, I get that, but hold on. Just like we thought lizards or crocodiles and whatever. Again, Joe Rogan did not see dinosaurs either. All we have is bones. We don't know what it could be. Feathers. It could be fur.
But they're saying the way it evolved, apparently, and you guys let us know because now it's the second. It's the second video we came across that says chickens are like the closest living thing to dinosaurs, which we have never heard of before that. The first time we kind of brushed it off like, nah, that can't be true.
Just like growing up, seeing movies, you always saw them like with reptile skin and stuff like that. So that's why I always
like
thought.
the scaliness and all that stuff.
That video's right. Like, literally all we have is bones.
It's hard. We have the skeleton, and people are just kind of like building.
But are there birds with feathers that don't fly? Yeah, right?
Of course.
Most of them do.
There are some. There's a lot of birds that have feathers that don't fly.
Okay.
Like, does a chicken fly?
Yeah.
Chickens fly?
I think so.
This is a perfect example.
They have wings. Chicken wings.
I know, but not all birds fly.
I'm not saying all birds fly. I'm saying most birds. Do all birds fly?
Do chickens
Oh, don't
fly?
try to prove me wrong.
Yes, chickens can fly, but not for long distances. Unlike other birds, chickens are not bred to fly. So they're not bred to fly.
I didn't say they were bred to fly. They do fly.
Chickens are terrible flyers. Their wings are too small and their flight muscles are too large and heavy, making it hard for them to take off. So apparently they have
But it's
wings.
just weird thinking of like a big ass dinosaur with feathers.
The penguin can fly, the emu can fly,
I know,
ostrich,
but like
and the kiwi
there's
can
15
fly.
birds that can fly.
15 more,
20, okay.
give or take. All right.
Well, there's a bazillion types of birds out there. And most of them fly.
But apparently, you let us know. Our chickens, the closest thing we have left of dinosaurs that are still living out there. More than reptiles like we thought, lizards and crocodiles.
I'm not
and this
disagreeing. I'm
and
just
that.
saying. It's unknown.
We got one more video left. Ready for this?
I was watching some show about serial killers, and it said that the average person will walk by 11 murderers in their lifetime. And that got me thinking, which country has the most serial killers? Because obviously the average person there's exposure is going to be a little bit different. In 10th place, we have Russia with 73 convicted serial killers. 9th place is India with 80. 8th place is Australia with 81. 7th is Germany with 85. 6th is Japan with 96. 5th place is Italy with 97. 4th place is Canada with the first triple-digit country with 106 serial killers. 3rd place is South Africa with 117. 2nd place is England with 166. And I'm not even surprised by this, but 1st place is the United States of America with 3,204 convicted serial killers. What are we doing wrong?
What?
That's a big jump.
Heck?
Like, as the list went on, like, even she said in the middle of the video, she was like, we're going to be first.
Yeah,
And
once we got to like number 3, I was like,
it led to us being first, if you can't tell, we're from the USA. But 3,000? Like, everything else was 70 to 90, a couple cracked into like 100 and some. Then you go to 3,000.
See, there's something wrong with our society.
The psychopaths from the beginning of the psychopaths from the beginning of this video are going crazy. That is crazy. 3,000. That's insane. And also the fact
if that's legit, that's sad. That is so sad for us.
And it says
guys.
the average person walks by 11 murderers in their lifetime. But then you go to people like us that are the average of like 90 to 100. Now it's 3,000. We're walking by like instead of 11, like 50, 100 or whatever. That's crazy. But that's just a crazy thought to think of. You know, you walk by people every day, and people like to make those first impressions, but you never know. That person that you might think is bad might be the nicest guy on earth. And that person who might look like a normal, really nice person might be a psychopath, a serial killer. You never know.
Psychopaths, like in movies and everything, they're portrayed as like crazy, loud, obnoxious, you know, crazy, like psychos. But most psychopaths are
like,
calm
very well-
and charming and, you know, total opposite.
Good with people and everything, and you would never
A lot of
guess.
psychopaths are charming, calm people.
Yeah,
and that's
we're
even
definitely-
scarier.
Yeah, and that was our last video in this episode, but we're actually going to do like a whole thing when
Yeah.
it comes to serial killers, especially with Halloween. Psychopaths, serial killers, all that stuff, especially with Halloween around the corner. So that kind of wraps up this video. Anything else besides
No.
Pretzel with her tongue sticking out over here? Right, girl?
She just likes to.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing to the channel. We want to hear from you guys. Definitely drop a comment below. We're going to chat with you guys. We'll have our email in the description that you guys can send us videos that we can react to.
Really interesting ones.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be, you know, we started off with some conspiracy stuff, creepy stuff, but we're going to be venturing off into some funny stuff, weird facts, serial killer stuff, all different stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.
All right. Bye. Say bye, Pretzel. Bye.
We're going to sneak in Roxy real quick.
Yes, this is my other
Say
little
hi.
princess. She's going to be 7. Her name's Roxy.
Hi. Please subscribe to the channel so Mommy and Daddy could keep making videos. Thank you guys. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
It looks like I'm punching myself in the face, but all I'm doing is waving at you guys. Doggy style. You're so cute.